Hello, I've got some crazy news stories for you today. State of the end. You don't want to miss the one about the African tribe in Scotland? You can't make any of this stuff up. Here's our first clip. In this clip, we're going to take a look at some video taken over in the UK of alleged Antifa headquarters. It's just interesting how like underground culture went from being about like self-expression and a positive experience to this whole negative, nihilist, last days of society type of situation. It's frightening. I find it completely frightening. So let's take a look at this clip from, I think it's Time for News with the Z on TikTok. And I found it over on X.
Get that fucking light out of our fucking face now! Fuck off!
Wow. Never seen Cosplay out like this before.
Criminal damage saves lives. So arty. So much art and fashion and cool kids hanging out. But it's not just cool kids doing cool kid things.
Yeah.
Got the big old anarchy symbol. The UK is a lot different than the US is right now. I think because it's such a small country, I think everybody feels the same way, whereas in the United States, it's so much larger, so much larger. You can't even compare the two size-wise.
Gym downstairs.
Protect trans kids. I don't think kids can be trans. I think they can be confused. I think they can be autistic. I think that they can be on the spectrum. But you weren't born in the wrong body. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you. Anybody that tells you that you were born in the wrong body is lying to you. This says kill Tory scum.
Oh, I didn't come this side. The gym's the other way.
What did that just say? IRA, which was the Irish Republic Army. It's getting intense, man.
Wrong way, that. Round the other way.
That way?
That's the way out, isn't it? Cheers. Yeah, this is where we came in. That's where I sneaked in.
No smoking unless exempt. Wow, that's really ridiculous.
That's where I sneaked in. And went upstairs, downstairs there.
Free all Palestine, of course.
But yeah, this is the way in. They've shut it up and all that so no one can get in.
I would imagine in every major city that has an Antifa arm or chapter, they have some sort of building that they're squatting in, that they're organizing in, that they're taking strays and runaways into. It seems like the organization itself is capitalizing on the misery of people and then taking that misery and politicizing it and co-opting it and turning those people against the very place that they live in order to bring down civilization. You know, I mean, it's all said that it's done under the guise of helping people or protecting people or fighting tyranny, when the very acts themselves that these people are perpetrating are tyrannistic themselves. They themselves are tyrants. They themselves act in ways that are abhorrent. And apparently this is part of the philosophy, because they say that in order to fight the demon, you must become the demon. And that in order to slay the dragon or slay your enemy, you need to be just as vicious and vile as they are. So in their minds, they're justified in doing all the things that they're doing because they feel that the other side is less than human. Well, I'm here to tell you that the other side is not the other side. There is no us and them. We're all one human race. We all come from the same stuff. And there's no need to be separate or to be violent or to be angry at anybody. The world's a fucked up place. Yeah, you didn't ask to be born into it. Yeah, I know. I know. Neither did I. Neither did anybody else that's been born here, you know? It makes me really sad to see these things because I know how violent these people can be, and I've seen it happen in New York. I've seen it happen to a number of bloggers and influencers, either getting threatened or even getting assassinated flat out. The gun violence across the country is flat out ridiculous. The whole Antifa movement that says it's not a movement, that says it's not an organization, it's just an idea, is a movement. It is an organization, and it's more than just an idea. And they say all of those things to run cover for themselves, to deny accountability. And based on a lot of the things that I've seen, these people just flat out lie about things. They make up facts. They accuse you of things that you've never done as a tactic. And they have an entire manual that they share with people on how to disrupt and how to confuse and how to create chaos. The website is called Beautiful Chaos, I believe. That was insane. Who saw that coming? I certainly didn't. All right, here's the next one. This one is a doozy.
Good morning, everyone. It's time for morning briefings. Now listen, there's things you can't make up. So we arrested Walter Frymere. He's 51. We got a call that he was naked inside of a restroom at a public park. So we asked, is he naked or buck naked? You know, you can be naked and still have your socks on. But if you're buck naked, you're totally naked. Well, anyway, our deputy gets there. The dude's got all of his clothes on. So we're nice. And we send him out of the park and trespass him and tell him we're not going to arrest you, even though people saw you here without any clothes on. We're going to give you a break. So what does he do? He goes across the street and hops up on what? The railroad train track and trespasses again, just as soon as we gave him the break. So the deputy arrests him. We find out he's already got 25 prior
25
arrest and been to state prison 5 times. So not only is he trespassed, we've got him in possession of meth. Well, I've talked about meth doing crazy stuff to you, right? You ain't gonna believe this. So we put everybody through a body scanner to make sure that they're not trying to bring guns and knives and drugs into the jail. Well, you might have thought Walter was bringing drugs into the jail. He brought a thermos into the jail. That's right.
A thermos? What? Get out of here. Stop it.
He put it up the exit ramp. You know what I mean? a thermos about this size. No, it wasn't this one.
Didn't think it was.
We saw that and we said, dude, what are you doing here? He said, well, I put that inside my body, and he didn't swallow it 24 hours earlier. The deputy saved his life. Oh, and that was after Walter threatened to kill the deputy for arresting him. We had to take him to the hospital. They had to find a specialist.
A specialist.
It was quite the ordeal, but he's thermaless in the county jail today. I told you weren't going to believe it.
In case you wanted to know, crazy shit happens in Texas too. All right, that one was kind of bonkers too. Kind of ridiculous. Don't know what's going on in the world. Here's another one. You're not going to believe this one either. Woohoo! So this is one that's been going on for a while. There's this group of individuals that have been claiming to be an African tribe living on the land in Scotland, but it turns out that one of them is from Texas, and they're not who they say they are. And they were evicted from the land, and now it looks like that their king has been abusive or some shit. I don't know. This is ridiculous too. This is another ridiculous story.
The self-styled Kingdom of Kubala's queen and handmaiden are holed up in a council flat after being booted out of their illegal woodland camp. Jean Gasho and Cora Taylor have painted a symbol of their African tribe on the front door of the ground floor pad. American Taylor was seen looking out the window and also appearing to take leaves and branches inside the property and...
What the heck is she doing with those leaves? What is that? Those are just tree leaves. Tree leaves. There's no... You can't eat them. There's no medicinal value to them. What is she doing with those leaves?
Galashiels, Selkirkshire. Gasho is thought to have joined her there after initially going to a hotel in Newcastle. Locals told of their concern about the mum of four's presence after official papers stated she and tribe king Kofi Ofe pose a serious risk to kids. It came after cops broke up the trio's camp in Jedburgh, Roxburghshire last week. Last night, one of Gasho's new neighbours said, the younger girl arrived on Friday night. I wasn't sure if it was her or not, but then I heard her speaking with her American accent and that confirmed it for me. None of us were that bothered about her, but on Saturday that Jean woman arrived. That is when everyone raised concern. If she is a danger to kids, we don't want her anywhere near us. There are lots of kids around here and they should be protected. I'm not even sure if the council or social work know she's here. I've heard them laughing and joking. The other night, Cora was out picking up lots of branches and fallen leaves and taking them into the flat. Some people online have suggested a protest to get Jean out. The symbol daubed on the flat's door was often seen drawn on the trio's faces during their 4-month stay in Woods. They mocked eviction orders by moving 20 feet from private land to a council-owned plot before finally being moved on last week. Meanwhile, Ghana-born Kofi Ofe, who was also arrested by immigration enforcement officers, remains in custody. Scottish Borders Council has been contacted for comment.
A singer has claimed the king of the Kabbalah kingdom tried to recruit her as queen. Afua Asantewa, who is known in Ghana for attempting to break the world sing-a-thon records, said she received an email from tribe leader.
Oh, someone was trying to recruit her. This whole thing is so sketch. This whole thing is so sketch. It just seems like a social media stunt. He's from Guyana. He's in Scotland. He's trying to claim the land as his from his forefathers, and he's the tree spirits and shit. I mean, nice stunt, but not gonna work. Sorry. Nuh-uh. I don't buy it. No, sir, I don't buy it. This story is absolutely wild. We've got the Des Moines Superintendent of Schools with a nice cushy $300,000 a year salary. Turns out that he's in the country illegally. He ran from the cops, or ICE in this matter, had a loaded gun in his car, and had applied for a green card and to stay here multiple times and was denied. And he had a remove order a couple of years ago that he just decided to not follow. He lied about his credentials. He's not a doctor. He didn't finish his degree. And then there's a bunch of other things he just flat out lied about having, such as being principal of the year at Harvard and some other stuff.
Obtained by the Associated Press, Ian Roberts falsely claimed a doctoral degree when applying for the job. He was hired even after the school board learned about the misrepresentation. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Lana Zach live for us in Iowa City. Lana, originally much of the community rallied around Roberts, but as more information comes to light, things have changed. What can you tell us?
Yes, we are learning so much more about Ian Roberts, who at one point was the superintendent of the largest school district here in Iowa. He is now in federal custody, and so much of his resume now appears to be...
He went from... There you go, from him...
And so much of his resume now appears to be grossly exaggerated, to put it generously. It turns out MIT says they have no record of him attending that doctoral degree that he claims that he had from Morgan State. He never...
Yep. It turns out he was a total sham. He lied about stuff and now he's in custody. Oops. Sorry, buddy. And those are all real news articles. I wish I had more happy stuff for you, but I just think this stuff is so ridiculous. And it's real. So don't have to make stuff up. The world is pretty freaking weird. All right. Thanks for watching. Cheers, everybody.